Hello, I'm Ryan F9 and this is a bicycle. Bicycles are for children and adults with DUIs, but I'm riding one today because it might help a buddy of mine. A buddy on the losing end of $1 trillion scam. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the website builder with all the tools you need to make your website achieve what you want it to do. Like Squarespace Blueprint, an AI generator that can mock up a fully custom site in a few clicks, optimized for every device, so you can spend your time fine-tuning the finer features of your brand. Or Squarespace's built-in SEO tools, which can push your site further up search results so you capture the audience that you need. Clicking on squarespace.com/Fortnine will save you 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using the coupon code Fortnine. So how does a search engine scam $1 trillion? Well, remember in 1998, the internet was really annoying to use. You could search for the Stanley Cup and end up on the personal blog of some dude named Stanley who sells dishware. Woo! So Google's founder wrote the PageRank algorithm. Imagine a tiny internet of 3 websites. A links to B, B to C, and C to A. A random surfer clicking on random links will have a 33% chance of landing on each site, so each site has a page rank of 0.33. But if B links to C and A, then A must be most important, so it acquires half of B's page rank too. It's a mathematically simple way to sort the worth of web pages, so PageRank can crawl the internet fast, always rebuilding its leaderboard so your search for the Stanley Cup doesn't pull up something irrelevant, like the Toronto Maple Leafs. When Larry Page won a Marconi Prize for PageRank, they said human access to information hadn't taken such a quantum leap since Gutenberg built his printing press. And all Larry said was that he was happy his company passed the toothbrush test. That is, Google built something that people can use twice a day that makes people's lives better. Oh no! What ridiculous, stupid machines. Who builds these things? But no one foresaw just how long this toothbrush would be. 5 trillion searches a day is twice a day for every person on the planet. And that megadata enables the most profitable scam in history. Say you need some new pedals for your little toy here. And the first thing a company like Fortnine would do is make an ad for your precious anklets. Somewhere on this ad is a transparent 1x1 image called a spy pixel. You'll never see it, but your browser must still request it from the server and in doing so share its IP. That's how Google knows you've scrolled past the ad. And nowadays it goes even deeper, Alice. Pixels are a small piece of JavaScript Google gets customers to install on their own websites. Hit that Inspect Network tab and you'll see them firing off to googleanalytics.com. What you're scrolling, when, for how long, on what browser, reporting more than enough data for Google to say when you go to Fortnite.ca and buy your trinkets, this is my customer, they saw my ad, I earned my pay. That type of advertising makes up 75% of Google's billions. It's 98% of Meta's revenue. What a doozy of a duopoly, and I have no inherent problem with selling the ad space between the titties on your Instagram feed, except it doesn't work like that anymore. Nowadays, people think in search queries. Google knows your pedals are wearing out. They know about the Crank Brothers shoes on your feet. They know where you live. They know you've been creeping that pedal page, you pedophile. They know you bounced when you saw the loony 250 loony price tag, but they know you're a 55-year-old dentist who gets paid in 1 week and they're guessing you'll be back. So here is the scam. Now, sometime over the next few days, you'll be watching a mountain biking video and you won't even notice the banner ad for those pedals that you were planning to buy. But since your browser loaded the spy pixel, Google gets credited with the sale when you do. Ugh. The customer didn't discover a product that they hadn't already chosen, and the company didn't gain a customer that they didn't already have. Google just predicted who was about to buy, then showed them an ad at the last minute. It's the digital equivalent of handing out flyers in the checkout line, then claiming success when people pay for their carts 2 minutes later. Whew. That's how Google makes most of their revenue, and that's a failing of their own toothbrush test. Doesn't make anyone's life better, it just makes money. Whew. We can prove this in a few ways. An expensive option is to massively upscale the spend on a campaign and watch the conversions drop off a cliff, indicating Google had false success showing your ad to people who were already predicted to be in tomorrow's customer list, but could not convert when forced to cold call a larger group.
What the fuck is that?
But let's put some real numbers on it with, ironically, Google's own tool. Say Montreal sells 50 helmets one day, Ottawa sells 20. Over time, their causal impact tool can learn to extrapolate Ottawa's data to predict Montreal's. So when we run ads in Montreal and purposely keep Ottawa dark, we can see the difference the ads actually made. In such a test, Google claimed to generate 4,704 sales, but subtract the predicted sales from our fictitiously adless Montreal and we get 160. Meaning Google took credit and got paid for 4,544 sales that would have happened anyway. One final spooky proof is to run ghost ads. Pay to show people empty boxes, then watch as Google claims customer acquisitions from that blank rectangle. My buddy once accidentally promoted a 404 page that generated 73 sales. How? Google is using their mountain of data to show ads to people who are already about to buy. To quote my anonymous marketing guru, that's advertising as inference, not influence. And if that sounds like a subtle difference, the $500 billion that it brings in every year is not. Of course, there are some real new conversions mixed in with the preach to choir, but Google and Meta's black box attribution algorithms ain't gonna tell you which is which. And that's precisely how it's possible to scam such a large amount of money, because the victims are precisely the people who would want to believe that it's all good. What marketing manager is gonna look at a long list of advertised sales and not go, damn, my campaign's working great, I'm a genius? And what marketing manager is gonna spend a bunch of company money just to show people a blank ad and prove that they're not a genius? Well, my buddy did, and it made for an interesting expose, even if it didn't make it any easier for him to advertise the fact that Fortnite now sells 45,000 mountain bike parts, accessories, and apparel. I hope this video helps you, buddy. Links for those things are down below. Thanks very much for watching. Stupid, ridiculous things. Page rank.
Today that makes.
I'm gonna come back up.